Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is now in session. Court has 2 dockets. Court has an announcement docket and a motion to revoke probation docket. First case is cause number 332790. And this case is on our announcement docket. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Otoniel Maldonado.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Maldonado, is that your full name?
Yes, that's my full name.
How are you doing, Mr. Maldonado?
Doing fine.
That's good. Mr. Maldonado, your attorney of record is attorney Joey Cantu. However, standing in for Joey Cantu is attorney Travis Donald. Travis Donald is appearing via Zoom. Attorney Donald, how are you doing?
Pretty well, Judge. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. State is represented in this case by attorney Tommy Coleman. Attorney Coleman, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor.
Mr. Maldonado, does Mr. Donald or Attorney Donald have your permission to stand in for Attorney Cantu?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Attorney Donald, what is your announcement in Mr. Maldonado's case?
Good morning, Judge. We're not ready today. I need to gather a little bit more discovery, and I believe I need to get the DVDs from Ms. S. Gordon at co.jefferson.tx.us. And then when I have the discovery or the videos, I'll be more able to discuss the case with Mr. Coleman.
Okay, how much time do you need?
Yes, sir.
How much time do you need?
Oh, I would think 30 days would be plenty, Judge.
Okay, give us a reset. This is Maldonado, top of page 3 of the announcement document. Okay, this case will be reset to December 9th of 2022. Mr. Maldonado, your attorney will be given notice of your reset. You will be given your reset here in court. Once you get your reset from our court coordinator, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Donald,
Yes,
your reset will be sent to you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Donald, this will conclude your case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Maldonado, please get your reset from our court coordinator. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good weekend.
All right, same to you.
Yes, sir.
Our next case is cause number 320656. Case is style of state of Texas versus Anthony Joseph Weber. Mr. Weber is present in court. Mr. Weber, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Weber, how are you doing?
Pretty good.
That's good. Mr. Weber, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Peter Dahl. Attorney Dahl, how are you doing?
Pretty fair, Judge.
Mr. Dahl, what is your announcement in Mr. Weber's case?
We would like to have another 30, 45 days. We need to complete the discovery.
Okay, give us a reset date.
January 6th.
Okay, this case will be reset to January 6th of 2023. Mr. Weber, your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice of your reset. Your attorney will sign for your reset here in court. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Dahl, would you please sign for your reset? Once you sign for your reset, I think this is your only case, you'll be free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Mr. Bailiff, would you get Marco Flores? Mr. Boudreaux, it's your case. This is cause number 328-800. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Marco Antonio Flores. Mr. Flores, is that your full name?
Yes. Sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Flores?
Yeah.
I'm doing fine. Mr. Boudreaux? You're represented in this case by your attorney, Attorney Don Boudreaux. Attorney Boudreaux, how are you doing?
Just fine, sir.
That's good. Attorney Boudreaux, what is your announcement in Mr. Flores' case?
Judge, I don't, I've got one on there, but I don't remember Mr. Flores' name, given to me for this date. There's a man named Juan, Parrott or something like that.
Hold on a minute. Oh, yeah, no, that's the other case. Juan Belazodo Porras,
Yeah.
Juan Porras, yeah. So you need to you need a reset on this case? Is that what you're saying?
I need a reset on this one because I don't think I have it on my docket.
Okay, so apparently, okay,
He was appointed September 2nd.
When was I?
that's what he said, September 2nd.
Um,
Okay, how much time do you need?
I'll talk to him, a regular reset will be fine, sir.
Okay,
January 6th.
okay, we're gonna reset it, for January 6th of 2023. Mr. Boudreaux, you can sign for your reset.
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Flores?
No. Mr. Flores. Your attorney is gonna sign for your reset. I think he said he needed to talk to you, so, once he signed for your reset, you and your attorney can, have a conference. Okay, just, Mr. Boudreaux, go ahead on and sign for his reset.
Go ahead and sign.
You can stand over there, sir. And once y'all finish, y'all be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Jefferson County Court at Law is back in session, two cases. First case is cause number 321904. Second case is cause number 332358. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Charles Evans or Charles E. Evans Jr. or Charles Evans Jr. Mr. Evans, is that your full name? How you doing, Mr. Evans?
Yes, sir. Okay.
You doing all right? Okay. Now, Mr. Evans, you're here represented by your attorney, Ted Jones. Attorney Jones, how are you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
Well, Attorney Ted Jones Jr.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. I know the legendary
Don't
Ted
refer,
Jones.
don't refer that to me, because I didn't come up to that. I'm from that standard, sir,
Yeah,
at all.
yeah. How you doing, Mr. Jones?
I'm doing pretty good, sir.
Oh, that's good. Now, Mr. Jones, what is your announcement in Mr. Evans' cases?
Well, and let me bring some things up. First of all, I got an offer in the case yesterday,
Oh, okay.
okay, which I hadn't even had a chance to talk to my
Okay.
client about. I've been up here, as you know, 2 or 3 times this week, and I talked with the chief of misdemeanor department. They got this new system called Event Guard, Watch Guard. It's something they email. I don't know how the police department got my email, but they emailed me something called Watch Guard. Mr. Evans has been in my office, and they said I need a password to get in there to see the
Okay.
evidence.
Okay.
But I've been calling around. Nobody know where I get the password from. And Ray said I could talk to somebody named Carla.
I think it's the cause number.
You think it's called?
It's the cause number.
Okay, well, I've been informed of that.
Okay.
Because I've called Dave's office, nobody told me anything.
I knew that I had issues before. and-
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I
So,
appreciate it.
so how much time do you need on your reset?
We're not a state not opposed to it.
I don't want to extend this forever, but at least a month. So I
Okay,
can
yeah.
get to get him back in the office, look at this
Okay,
evidence. This is 2 things called. We
yeah.
got 2 event guards, watch
You're right.
guards, whatever they
Okay.
call them.
Okay, give us a date.
12/16.
Okay, Mr. Evans, your cases will be reset for announcement on December 16th of 2022. Your attorney, your bondsman is gonna get notice of your reset, but your attorney is gonna sign for your reset here in court. Once he signs for your reset, he's gonna give you a copy. Once you get a copy, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day. And Mr. Jones, I think these are your only 2 cases. You'll be free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you stand over there. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is now in session with our motion to revoke probation docket. The first 2 cases that we have on the motion on the motion to revoke probation docket. Actually, one is a MTRP and the other one is not. But it's first case, which is a MTRP motion to revoke probation, and it's cause number 327-764. And the second case, which is not a motion to revoke probation, is cause number 331-488. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Iron Jamal McDonald. Mr. McDonald, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. McDonald?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Mr. McDonald, I see here that Attorney Lori Perazzo is your attorney of record in the motion to revoke probation case.
Should be on both, Your Honor.
Okay, I think when that happens, maybe a letter of representation may have not been sent on the second case, but I'll check with the
Okay,
court coordinator to verify that.
okay, it should be.
We need to see on McDonald. I see Ms. Perazzo's name is on the docket on the first case, which is the motion to revoke probation. However, her name is not on the second case, the clause number 331-488. Could you check and see if there's a letter of rep in that case?
And that may be the case, Your Honor. I do see the one for the 327-764.
Okay. So,
I can send you one.
so you're gonna send one on that one, okay. Now, let's see. The state in this case is represented by attorney Tommy Coleman. And the probation office is being represented by Shalonda Lee, is that correct? What is the recommendation, in this case? Was there a recommendation, revocation? Okay, and Ms. Perazzo?
Your Honor, well, I had requested discovery. I know it's an NTRP, so it's not like your traditional discovery, but I haven't even seen a copy of the actual motion to revoke. We did receive an offer. Mr. Johnson sent me an offer yesterday. I have not had a moment to go over the motion
Okay,
offer, so we could get a reset.
okay, so we're gonna reset it. Give us a reset date. We're just keeping it on the on the motion to revoke probation docket announcement. December 12th. Okay, so this case, well, these cases are gonna be reset for December 12th, 2022. Now, Mr. McDonald, your attorney's gonna sign for your first case. You're gonna sign on the second case, okay? Would
And I
y'all
will
please?
send that letter of rep.
Okay. All right, once y'all finish signing, y'all be free to go and y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
Is that John Beard?
No, we just. Oh, I was saying that. Because there's a. No, you're. I'm having. Okay.
Oh, thank you. Next case is case on the court's announcement docket. Case is cause number 329-564, case of style of state of Texas versus John Adam Beard. Mr. Beard, will you please come forward? Court is in session in cause number 329-564. Case is styled the State of Texas versus John Adam Beard. Mr. Beard, is that your full name?
Yes.
Mr. Beard, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Beard, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Beard, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Beard?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Beard, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Marva Provo. Attorney Provo, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Your Honor.
That's good. Ms. Provo, do you waive a record in Mr. Beard's case?
Yes, we do.
Mr. Beard, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information alleges that on or about January 30th of 2021, while you were operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Mr. Beard, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Beard, how do you plead? Guilty, not
Guilty.
guilty? Yeah, okay. And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Freely.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
I'm good.
Mr. Beard, I also have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment. There's also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this document, Mr. Beard, there's a set of initials, JB, on the line next to a box that says check guilty. Did you place your initials on this document? On page 3 of the same document, there is a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Mr. Beard, is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, Mr. Beard, this document is titled Trial Court Certification, the Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And at the bottom of this document, on the line that is titled Defendant, there's also a signature. Did you also sign this document?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Beard, I also have a document here. This document is titled Discovery Certification. Mr. Beard, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Beard, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I've just mentioned to you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Beard, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1?
Yes, Judge, they offer state one.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
No objections. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Ms. Provo, you've advised and counseled Mr. Beard. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial? Is there any evidence that he's mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No.
And Mr. Beard, your attorney, Ms. Provo, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, very sad.
With her representation, has she provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Beard, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
It appears that Mr. Johnson is recommended in this case confinement for a period of 90 days. However, he's asking that the court suspend the imposition of that jail sentence and place the defendant on community supervision for a period of 1 year or 12 months in this case. Order that he pay a $750 fine, participate in standard conditions of probation to include the DWI education course, the drug analysis or evaluation, and also that he have or and have a interlock device imposed on any vehicle that he owns or operates.
Okay, now, Mr. Beard, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you would not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you will be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you will be required to pay a fine of $750 plus court costs. The total fine and court costs is $1,172. You'll also be required to pay probation fees of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. You will also be required to reimburse Jefferson County court-appointed attorney's fees of $250. You'll also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $150 on the day of the police. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments, that is, the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you are on probation is $205. Mr. Beard, will you be able to pay the $205 each month?
Yes, sir.
You will not be required to pay to perform any community service that has been waived by the state, and you'll also be required to attend and complete a drug education class, a DWI education, and is this one? Okay, you'll be required to attend and complete a drug education, DWI education, and a drug and alcohol assessment and analysis. And you will also be required to install a DWI interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. Now, you'll also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Now, Mr. Beard, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Beard, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Beard, you're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney. You're gonna follow the directions of the court clerk. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, sir.
All right, you're welcome. And you may be excused, Mr. Provo. You have a blessed day as well. Jefferson County Court Law number 2 is back in session. Court is in session is in the announcement docket. Next case is cause number 329928. In case is style the state of Texas versus Jorge Mendoza. Mr. Mendoza, is that your full name? Okay, how you doing, Mr. Mendoza? That's good. Can we see if he has a judge's explanation in his file? And what does it say? Okay, now, Mr. Mendoza, your case was reset last time to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney. Have you hired?
No, sir, I couldn't afford it, couldn't get the money to get it.
Okay, let me ask you this now. Well, first of all, are you aware that regarding your right to have an attorney, you have three options? Number one, you may hire an attorney. Or number two, if you cannot afford an attorney, you may request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Or number three, you may waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, the document that you signed the last time you were here in court, you stated that you wanted to hire an attorney. Is that still your desire? Or,
I can't.
okay, so you want to change it? Okay, now, let's give him, now, you want to see if he qualified for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay. He's going to give you an affidavit and attorney, judge's explanation of rights to defendants without an attorney. And you're going to take a seat and fill that out. And then once you fill it out, we're going to ask you to come back up to the court. Before the bench. All right.
Okay.
He's going to get you a clipboard.
Okay.
So you can write on it in a pen. That talks about, at the first document, the judge's explanation. If it's your desire, well, first of all, you need to read the document. Okay? And at the bottom of that document, it says defendant's choice. Marking issues next to only one choice. Okay? Now, well, let me do this here. I'll just go over it with you. It says, judge's explanation of rights to defendants without an attorney. As a defendant in a criminal case, you have three options. Number one, you may hire an attorney. Number two, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request an attorney to be appointed to represent you. Or number three, you may represent yourself. If you want an attorney to represent you and have enough money to hire an attorney, the case will be reset to give you time to do so. If you want an attorney and do not have the money to hire one, you will need to fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not to appoint an attorney to represent you. Now, if you want to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself, you may not speak to the prosecutor about your case unless you sign a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. Now, be aware that there are dangers to self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in a worse outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant legal rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. If you choose to proceed without an attorney, you may change your mind at any time and may request counsel from the court. Now, at the bottom of that document, in bold letters, it states defendant's choice. Marking issues next to only one choice. If your choice is, I want to reset this case to hire my own attorney, you'll place your initials on the first line to the left. If you've already hired an attorney to represent you, then you'll place your initials on the second line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If your choice is, I want to apply for court-appointed counsel or court-appointed attorney, then you'll place your initials on the third line to the left. Now, if you've already been appointed a court-appointed attorney, then you'll place your initials on the fourth line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If your choice is, I want to waive my right to an attorney, which means I want to give up my right to an attorney and represent myself, then you'll put your initials on the fifth line to the left. Once you have finished initialing one of the 5 lines, then you will sign your name on the line that's titled defendant. Now, you will also place today's date on the line that's titled date, and the day's date is October 28th of 2022. Now, on that next document, which is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence, what you're gonna do on that document is fill out the paperwork, your name, your address, that information. It will also ask whether or not you receive any type of governmental benefits. And if you do, you will check one of the boxes that applies. If you don't need to check any of those boxes. It will also ask whether or not you're married, single, divorced, or separated. Then you'll check one of those boxes. It will also ask whether or not you have any children that is 18 years or younger. Then if you do, you're gonna write their name on the lines where their name go, and then you're going to write their ages next to it. And then below that, it asks your housing situation, whether or not you own a home, you're renting a home, you do not have a home, or you're living with relatives. And then at the bottom of that document, it asks you for your monthly income on the left side. And if whatever your monthly income is, you need to put it there. If you have a spouse that has monthly income, you put it there. And if you have any type of governmental benefits there. Now, if you do not have that information, you're just gonna put zeros. And then at the bottom, you're gonna total what in that column, okay? Then if you look on the right side of that form at the bottom, it asks you for your monthly expenses. For example, it asks you whether, if you're paying rent, a mortgage, you put that information on there. Utilities, you put that information, monthly utilities, that's lights, gas, and water. Also, it would also ask you whether or not you're receiving, of whether or not you're paying any child support. Then it asks you whether or not, how much you're paying a month on food bills, food expenses, and your transportation. Now, when you get to transportation, it is not only is asking how much you're spending per month for gas, but it's also asking, basically, you can put, if you're paying a car note, if you're paying insurance on that car, you just add all of that up along with the your gas and maintenance expenses that you have per month. And then they can ask you if you have probation fees, insurance, and then you get to the bottom and total it. Okay, then when you go to the second page, there's an oath. You have to read that information, date it, and then you're gonna sign it where it says defender signature at the top left. And then below that, it's gonna be an unsworn affidavit or unsworn statement. You're gonna fill that information in. And then once you do that, then you'll be complete. You'll be finished, okay? So just have a seat. And in one of those chairs out there that have the black and yellow tape in the gallery. And once you finish, we'll call you back up. All right. Okay. Ivan Garcia Danforth, is he here? It must be Yvonne Elizabeth Garcia Danforth. This is cause number 332138. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Yvonne Elizabeth Garcia Danforth. And Ms. Garcia Danforth, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm doing
That's good. Now, Ms. Danforth, last time you was here, you filled out a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. Is that correct?
Yes.
And in that document, you stated that you wanted to waive your right to an attorney and to represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you signed a waiver of counsel. Is that correct? You read and signed that stating that you wanted to represent yourself. And the court also gave you what is called a Faretta warning. The court had to determine whether or not, you was able to, represent yourself. You remember that? Okay. Now, today your case is set for an announcement docket. That just simply means you'll have to announce to the court, whether or not, where you at in the stage in this case, whether or not you got all of the discovery that you needed, or you got an offer, or you need time to get discovery, or you want to set your case for trial.
I'm still waiting for the discovery from the district attorney to hand it over to me.
I think you have to get access to it. In essence, I think by statute, they're not allowed to give that to you.
Mhm.
However, you can have access to it.
Okay.
So you would have to set an appointment up with the prosecutor in the case, so that you can go in and review the discovery. Okay, so that's what you need to
That's
do?
what I wanna do, yeah.
Okay, so, Mr. Johnson, I'm just trying to figure out how much time do you think she would need? How much time do you think? Because she has to get with the,
Just a standard reset, and I would suggest that first part of next week, she reaches out to our office and contacts our office.
okay, and the Lamar Johnson is
I would
the,
assume he's the prosecutor on it.
okay, that's the person you're gonna be calling for, Lamar Johnson. Okay, so, Ms. Garcia Danforth, your case is going to be reset. Give us a reset date. Okay. Okay, we're gonna reset it. We're gonna keep it on the announcement docket. That means that when you come back on January the 6th, you announce to the court whether or not you got the discovery, you need more time, or, okay. Okay, so you're gonna stand on the forex in front of our court coordinator. She's gonna reset your case. Once she resets your case, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir, thank you.
You're welcome. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. Our next case on our announcement docket is cause number 330330. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Jose de Jesus Madrano. Mr. Madrano, would you please come forward? Well, good morning. Mr. Madrano, is that your full name?
Yes,
Mr. Madrano, the last time you were here, your case was reset to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney. Have you hired an attorney?
I'm in the process of it, just he wanted to hire a month than I expected for the month, so I just need an extension just to go ahead and pay him the full amount because he wants it all up.
Okay, how much time do you need?
Just, I don't know, last time he gave me 30 days, so I should.
Standard 30 days? Okay, give us a reset then. Okay, this case is gonna be reset, January 6th. Actually, it's more than 30 days, but, your case is gonna be reset to January 6th, 2023. Give you an opportunity to hire your attorney. Now, if your attorney gets hired, what your attorney probably will do is send a letter of representation to this court, and this date may be reset. But if you hire your attorney, you're gonna have to stay in contact with your attorney to verify that. Other than that, you're expected to be here on January 6th of 2023. You're gonna stand on the X in front of our court coordinator on the 4X. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
You just said, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Next case is cause number 332648. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Lene G. Nixon. Ms. Nixon, would you please come forward? Ms. Nixon, what is that? Hold on a minute. Hold on. You just give it to, Bill. What is this here? Okay. Okay. No, just hold on a minute. Now, Ms. Nixon, the last time you was here, uh, your case was reset to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you hired an attorney? You haven't been able to hire an attorney?
No, I ain't been able to hire one.
What did you say?
I ain't been able to hire one.
You haven't been able to hire one?
No.
Okay, hold on a minute.
Put this case on.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.